Common real estate dispute and how to resolve them. Do you know how to resolve them? Real estate is one of the most rewarding investment anyone can make, but it is one with one riskiest way. Why? Because property transactions often give rise to dispute, from landlords and tenant clashes to buyers and sellers disagreeing on terms, to families fighting over inheritance. These disputes can ruin lives and destroy investments. But here is the truth. Most real estate disputes can be prevented or resolved if you know the law and if you know your rights. Welcome to Chaman Property Lawyer, the #1 channel for real estate and property law education in Nigeria. I am Charles Walker, Esquire, your trusted property lawyer. Today, I will take you through the most common real estate disputes in Nigeria and how to resolve them effectively. You need to know that. Types of common real estate disputes. Do you know them? The #1, which everybody know, land ownership dispute, conflicting titles, fake documents, multiple sales of same land from one person to another, one person selling the same land to different buyers, issues of government acquisition or encumbrances under the Land Use Act. Those are the issues. Boundary and survey disputes. You know that. Boundary and survey disputes are always there. Argument over where one plot ends and another begins. Sometimes overlapping. Overlapping of land can cause a lot of issues. Overlapping of deeds. Lack of proper demarcation. Most of the properties does not have proper demarcation. Do you know all these things? These are land disputes. Landlord and tenant disputes. Non-payment of rent. Unlawful eviction. Refusal to vacate or property damages. When somebody will damage, like one of the properties that are managing, then tenant parked out there and spoiled so many things in the house. Those are things. The landlord decided to tag it as a malicious damage, drag the tenant to police station. All these things are issues. Government properties governed by land tenancy laws. All these tenancy laws in different states differs. You need to know these provisions. Just like Lagos State, where they have Lagos State tenancy law, Recovery of Premises Act, tenancy regulations everywhere. You need to know what the law says. Very important. The next dispute you always see is family and inheritance disputes. Most people don't know about all this because they're just born in the city. They don't know most things. Maybe their parents don't leave land for them or property, so they don't have anything to inherit or fight. But take note, is one of the serious disputes in property law. Family and inheritance disputes. Fight over family land, ways, succession rights. All these things are issues. Often worsened by customary laws. And you know, also they have statutory law conflicts. All these things, customary law over statutory laws, issues. Another issue that always comes out in a property transaction is developer versus investors. Developers versus investor dispute. Disagreement of plan, especially when they are buying property. Just like the one we went to visit the other day. What they are selling is water at the moment, yet to be reclaimed. They have already started, but most of the parts have not been reclaimed. So what you are seeing is water at the moment. People are spending 300 million and above to buy just 500 square meters. So it's an investment. People that have foresight. So those things are always issues. When you pay, you have a receipt. You have a document in paper. No physical land. What you are seeing is water. So those are the things. Disagreement on off-plan property sales, delayed deliveries, and failure to meet agreed specifications are always problem in developer-investor property agreements. All these things are very, very important that you need to know. Otherwise, you end up making a mistake. What are the other conflicts? Contractual disputes, breaches of agreement in joint ventures, lease or construction contracts. You see all these things in a property transactions. Because before you enter transaction, maybe you have contributors, you have investors, you may have a joint venture agreement. Having specification breach of those contracts is always issue. You see that in court. Very important that you note all these things. Why disputes arises. I want to walk you through on why all these disputes arise in property law. The #1 thing is ignorance of law. Ignorance of law is one of the biggest challenge. Most Nigerians don't understand property documentation. They don't know anything about that. Fraudulent practices, or moneyless scams, fake surveyors, fake and dishonest developers everywhere, posing themselves to be legitimate dealers, and you entrust them with your hard-earned money, only for you to find out that you are dealing with a bunch of fraudsters, fake estate agents out there, promising you what is not real. Poor legal advice. Poor legal advice. They also poor legal advice. Some people don't want to pay money. They don't want to get quality lawyers. Experienced property lawyer, they don't want to engage. They rather resort to engage agent and seeking advice of an agent. An estate agent can never, no matter the experience in the practice, take the position of a lawyer. Not engaging professionals. All these things brings about poor advice. Rely on whatever unqualified property practitioner is telling you there. You don't want to engage estate surveyor and valuer to guide you on the evaluation and all the things professionally as regards to real estate. You want to engage a roadside person. Somebody, online vendors, that's one that's when people posting property on the internet, they don't even know where the property is located. Whatever they tell you, you believe. You don't want to engage professional. Those are issues. Lack of proper documentation. Transaction without deed of assignment, governor consent, or proper survey plan. Why will you venture into it? Why? All these things are issues. Now, I want to walk you through on how to resolve real estate disputes. You need to know all this. Because if you don't know it, who is to be blamed? Preventive measure, best option. Always conduct due diligence before purchase. Engage a competent property lawyer to verify titles and check government records. Document every transaction properly from agreement to receipt. It's very important. Negotiate and mediation. So it's very important. When disputes arise, don't start fighting, don't start threatening. Negotiation and mediation is the best approach. This is the first step you should always use. Dialogue. Mediation allows parties to reach a mutual compromise without any hostility. It saves cost, it saves time, it saves relationship. The next thing is arbitration. Arbitration is another best way, especially useful for developers, investors, and large contracts. Arbitration provides a private and fast dispute resolution mechanism. It's very important. Only if it fails to work, you resort to litigation. That's court action. When all else falls into challenge and there is no remedy to that, court remains the final arbiter. High court jurisdiction is what covers any dispute to land. That's where you start, not magistrate court. Except if it's a contractual obligation, you need to go to magistrate court. High court jurisdiction over land disputes in Nigeria is clear under the Land Use Act. Land Use Act made it very clear. You cannot do without that. Going to court if the other party refuses to compromise. However, litigation can be costly and lengthy, so it should be a last resort. Only when you don't have choice again. Please take note of that. Now, I want to walk you through a practical examples. I will give you case studies. Case 1. 2 people buy the same land in Lagos because an Omoile sold it twice. Resolution. Title verification and court action. Determination of the rightful owner. That's the case. We used to see it. It's very common. Case 2. A landlord evict a tenant without notice. Resolution. Court grant damages to the tenant for unlawful eviction. Case study 3. A developer delays delivery of an estate. Resolution. What is the resolution? Arbitration ensures compensation and completion timeline. All these things will be determined. Look at it. And if you don't know, who is to be blamed? Those are the issues. Now, key takeaway for my viewers out there. All my viewers out there, I always appreciate you for staying tuned to my channel, because this is #1 real estate and property law education channel in Nigeria. Take note, the key takeaway: due diligence is not negotiable. You can't do without it. Always consult a property lawyer before any transaction. Use ADR method, that's mediation and arbitration, before rushing to court. Documentation is your shared. Don't joke with it. Don't say I did not tell you. If you are an investor in Nigeria, in diaspora, or a landlord, or a property developer, this knowledge can save you millions and protect your property dreams. If you found this video helpful, don't just watch and go. Take action. Subscribe to Chaman Property Lawyer right now Like this video and support the channel. Drop a comment below. Tell me the biggest real estate challenge you have faced. Share this video with your friends, family, and well-wishers, or anyone interested in property in Nigeria. Remember, your property is your future. Don't gamble it. At Chaman Property Lawyer, your right will be protected. See you in my next video. Bye for now.